Hi, I am Mandy of Mad Cow Mandy Designs. It is March 17th, 2022, and this is episode 9. I live in North Louisiana, and I am sharing my knitting and crochet today. And as you can see, I finished something. These are my sunrise frog socks. The yarn is from Southern Skeins, and this one is downward facing frog with a mini of sunrise. So the whole box for February was kind of frog and yoga themed. It was really cute, and y'all, that's the right color. These are bright. I love them. They just make me so happy. So check out the pattern. Very textured, and I wrote it myself. I am calling it 2 by 2 feet. And after last week's episode, I had some of y'all message me and say, write patterns. You need to write patterns. And of course I said something to my husband about it, and he's like, I've told you to write patterns. I'm like, well, it's not just writing them down, because I used to make up patterns and not write them down, and then I couldn't duplicate them, and he would always tell me, you need to write your patterns down. So that one, he finally got through, and I do write my patterns down now, but I want to actually try and write patterns that other people can read and reproduce. So he thought that was a great idea. It's a little scary to write your first pattern, and I did sit down earlier this week and I started writing, and I'm still working on it. I am going through and looking at several other people's patterns to make sure that I have all the components that y'all want. So, I don't really think about the fact that you need an abbreviation glossary to look at and things like that, so I'm working on it. I am hoping to release my first pattern for free here soon. And eventually 2 by 2 feet will come along. So next up is my hashtag chat knit night knit along that I'm working on. Oh, isn't she pretty and upside down? That is pretty. I do not remember the name that she was calling this square, but it is a slip stitch pattern written by Meredith of A Lovely Blunder Knits. And what we are doing is we are having Zoom knit nights once a month. It's the 4th Thursday of every month, which will be the 24th next week. There's a whole group of us. We all get together and we just knit and chat and enjoy each other's company, because let's face it, how often do you get to sit in front of a camera and never look at it? We all have Zoom meetings these days, and you have to be focused and knit under the screen where nobody can see, and make sure that you're not moving your shoulders when you do that. So this is just a nice chance to get to talk fiber arts with other fiber artists, and I highly encourage everybody to join us. We have a lot of fun, and we are working on a blanket. So you can use any yarn that you want. I am using Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn, which is a worsted weight, which means that my squares are really big compared to what the pattern is technically written for, which is DK weight, and they're coming out, I don't know, about yay big. Everybody's blanket's going to look different, and it's going to be beautiful to see all of them in the end. So this is February's square, and you can see last time I showed y'all this, I only had that much done. I don't know, this week I was like, oh yeah, I should probably work on that. And I finished the whole thing in 2 nights, I think. I really enjoyed this pattern. January's pattern was this one. It was a double eyelet rib pattern. And they came out pretty close to the same size. So I'm happy. My squares are rectangles. I know. It's my blanket. I can do what I want. So Thursday the 24th is our next meeting. We'll get the third square pattern and see what that is, because we have no idea before the meeting starts what we're going to get. It's fun. That is all for my finished objects, which brings us into what I've been working on this week. And that means that I finished 2 projects and cast on 2 new ones. But I am going to give you an update on my sea glass tee. I am making the crocheted version of it. That was kind of crinkly, wasn't it? So yeah, this is where I am. And I told y'all, because clearly I had gone a little nuts, I put an acorn stitch marker on here. Well, I'm batty too. So the bat is where I was last week when y'all saw this, and where I am now. I think I have 2 more increases to make, and I will be done with the increases then. Knitters have a problem where somebody will say, "Oh my god, it's beautiful, it's so pretty, I love it," and we go, "But look at the stitch that I messed up. Do you see this one? There will be 1,000 stitches. You see the one that I messed up?" I try not to do that, but I'm going to keep it real with y'all, and I want y'all to know I'm not perfect. Again, I have no business crocheting a top. I have never done a crocheted garment. Hopefully it fits in the end. I am going to show y'all where clearly I made some mistakes. Several mistakes were made. You can kind of see the line where my rounds, where I joined my rounds. And let's see. Right here, it takes a steep angle, and then it kind of goes back straight again. I was losing count on my rounds, and it shows. So since then, I added in stitch markers. Just these little curly guys. Every 20 stitches. So now every round I make, I am counting to 20. I'm like, okay, good, slip that, count to 20, slip my stitch marker, count to 20, and I am keeping track of my stitches. I'm coming out with the right count every single round now. Again, crochet is something I started in the last few years. I'm not great at it, obviously, but I'm trying. I'm working on it. Oh, this can be so pretty. So it is getting longer, and it's going to have a nice open neckline. That'll get folded and sewn down, and this is going to be pretty. I feel like it might be a little warm for like a t-shirt. It might end up being a little bit warm, but I'm going to wear it anyways because it's beautiful. Look at all those colors. I am trying to mostly stick with purples and blues, and there's a few dark greens in there, so I'm kind of going with like moody colors, I guess. And then I have a couple pops of yellow because, oh, they're pretty. Those pops of yellow are just gorgeous in there. So, I did some decent work on that this week, considering I actually have to sit there and count every single stitch as I make it. My next project is in my Stolen Minutes bag. And like I said, I finished 2 and I started 2 new ones. This, ooh, that is just a dark mass on the camera. That's the color-ish. This is my DK weight sock for my mom. I have not made her a DK weight sock before, but she really likes those thick house socks to wear at night when she's lounging and first thing in the morning when she gets up. And I made her a pair of worsted weight socks that killed my hands. I hated it. I'm enjoying this a lot. I am using Berroco Vintage DK, and this color is 2182 Black Currant. I didn't think it had a name until I happened to look at their website last night, and I found out it's Black Currant. That's a pretty good name. I cannot believe that is just like a dark mass on the camera. Huh. Does this do any better? Oh, yes. That's better. That is so funny. The sock just doesn't have enough texture for you to see the color. So, I started this week, and you can see where my heel is there. I will be coming up on the toe in about half an inch, I think. So I'll probably finish this one today and start on the next one. I hope she likes it. She'll let me know. That is one of the best things about my parents, and even my husband too. When you ask them their opinion, they're going to tell you their opinion. They'll be nice and they'll smile, but they're going to be truthful, and I love it. I can't stand when people say, "What do you think?" And the correct answer is, "Oh my God, I love it." And if you have any kind of actual feedback for them, they get upset. I want true feedback. So I am excited to see what my mom says about these after she tries them out for a little bit. If she likes them, I am ordering it in every color, because this yarn was $9. It's machine washable. It was an acrylic wool nylon blend. It feels really good, and it feels warm. So we'll see. I do have this cute little piggy stitch marker. It came with the Spam yarn that I ordered from Artistic Yarn by Abby, I believe. I reserved this stitch marker for my mom. And before y'all think, "Oh my God, how rude, she called her mom a pig." Growing up, we had a potbelly pig. And people gave my mom pig everything. I cannot tell you how many pigs are in her house right now. She just has ceramic and metal and cast iron, and I mean, they're all over the place. So many pigs because we owned a pig. Yes, I grew up in the city. I lived in Shreveport, and no, you weren't supposed to have a pig within city limits, but, you know, he was quiet and he didn't bother anybody. So the neighbors thought it was hilarious we had a pig. And for anybody that is thinking, "Oh, how cute, you had a potbelly pig," this is what happens when you starve your potbelly pig. When you feed your potbelly pig, he becomes about 4 feet long, and he is the size of a large dog. He lived inside for quite a while. Eventually he had to move outside, but he was very well trained. He used a litter box and he could do tricks, you know, sit, roll over, all the fun things that dogs can do, he could do. And my dad used to bring him up to our schools for like show and tell, and would do tricks, and you could pet a pig because, let's face it, most city kids don't ever get that opportunity. I had an interesting childhood. It was a lot of fun. So that's why Mom gets the little piggy stitch marker. My next bag, I'm going to let y'all laugh at me. It's Lancme. These were gifted by my aunt and grandmother who get makeup sets, and they have so many bags from these companies that they started sharing the bags with me and Pam. And yeah, I wanted a purple bag because I started my king cake sock. Oh, it's great. Look at my little king cake that I made. So I did get my heel put in. It is solid king cake color, which this is Mandy's making yarn. The white is all natural, and the king cake is Endymion, which is one of the parade crews. I will link down below. I always link everybody down below, but I am going to attach a link for the Crazy Sock Lady's tutorial on how she knits this. What did she call it? I think she called it 2 colors at a time. A lot of people call it helical knitting, and you change colors every 2 rounds. The Crazy Sock Lady does 2 rounds of each color. I am doing 1 round of white and 2 of the king cake. I will insert a photo that I took. I was doing 2 and 2, and it had too much icing. There's not enough cake, too much icing. So I changed it, and I'm doing 1 white, 2 king cake, and for those that want to see the inside, that is where I'm carrying my yarn. You can see it a little bit on the outside, but not bad. That doesn't bother me. So, really enjoying it. It's looking like king cake, making my heart happy. This is what I wanted. This is what I envisioned when I saw the yarn originally. Aunt Pam just happened to have this white color yarn that she shared with me because she saw a previous episode where I was like, I gotta find white yarn to go with this so that I can have icing on my cake. It's perfect because it's not like a white, it's white, and I love it. It's great. So really looking forward to getting these finished up. I have not pulled king cake out of the freezer yet. That will be happening while I work on these. I do, however, have my king cake coffee today. I drink Community coffee, and it's actually roasted here in Louisiana, and they came out with one that said king cake, and I'm like, what is that? And it's cinnamon and vanilla, and it's really good. Okay, that is it for everything I'm working on this week. I did get a little bit of mail, and when I say a little bit of mail, I mean scooch closer to your screens because it's tiny. Oh my god. This is a chocolate chip stitch marker from Silly Sheep Designs. She is in Vegas, and oh my god, that is a chunky chocolate chip cookie. It's so cute. The whole reason I went to her shop is I wanted something for Gilmore Girls. I knew exactly what I wanted. I just needed to find it. I wanted a Pop-Tart. Oh my god. This is not just any Pop-Tart. This is a spooky sprinkle Pop-Tart. I love Halloween. I love my pumpkin pie Pop-Tarts. Look at it. Oh my god. It's perfect. So, now when I work on my Gilmore Girl yarn, I will have a Pop-Tart to put on it in my little coffee bag for it to go in, and it's just going to be a Gilmore-tastic time. I'm so excited. It really makes me want to cake up the February yarn that I got, but I still haven't decided what I'm going to do with that, so decisions need to be made. I did make this graphic. I will pop in here now. To help me stay on track, I will throw this up on podcasts from time to time and let you see if I'm keeping up with my goal of knitting my subscriptions as they're coming in. So every month I get a subscription from Southern Skeins and from Fangirl Fiber. Both are mystery. I have no idea what the color is going to be. Southern Skeins is like a whole mystery box. You get a 100 gram and a 20 gram mini that go together. You can add a skein, you can add a bag. You always get a little thing of tea and some extras every month. It is so much fun. And then Fangirl Fibers, you get 100 gram skein of something, and she'll name it and put the episode on there, so you can go watch the episode while you cast on. That's kind of fun. So I want to actually get both of those knit up in a timely manner. And not let anybody get lost in stash like last year. They're still in there. There's like 4 of them that are still in there because I got a little overexcited with my shopping for sock camp last year. And that brings us into chatter, which I've kind of already been doing. But big news about today. Today is Pepper Ann's birthday. She is 1 year old. 1 year? There we go. 1 year old. She is at doggy daycare today, and she's no longer a puppy. She'll always be my puppy. Always. So daycare drop-off was interesting this morning. They have 3 playgrounds, and one of them is right in front of the parking lot. And usually I pull up, I don't even turn my vehicle off. Somebody comes out of the office and greets me and Pepper, and they whisker away and into the building. Today I get out of my vehicle, and well, when I pull up, there's just little dogs everywhere playing in this playground right here. I got out of the vehicle and I can hear the employee inside go, "Pepper Ann is here to play!" I'm like, oh my god, okay. And so I walked around and was getting Pepper Ann out of the passenger side, and I'm like, they're ready to play with you. And she was getting all excited, and the employee came out of the office like she normally does, and she greeted us, and I gave her a big old full box of Pepper Ann's favorite treats and told her that today's her birthday, so she brought treats to share with everyone because I am that person that sends cupcakes to school with the kid. Yeah, I'm that one. So all the dogs got milk bones today. That's her favorite. And she's like, you know what? I think we're going to do things differently today. And she did not take her into the office. She asked if there was room for her in the yard, and there was. So they opened the fence about this big, and bloop, they pushed my pup through the fence, and all the dogs surrounded her and were sniffing, like, what is this? This is new. And they all ran off and played together. And the sign of a great daycare, never once did my dog come back to the fence to check on me. She was gone, she was off playing, having a great time, and I was not on her mind at all. So I actually got to stand there and chat with a couple of the employees and watch her play for 5+ minutes. It was so cute. They busted open the treats and everybody had treats. It was great to see her play. They do have a report card that they post every day, and they take pictures of her, and so I get to see photos every day that she goes of her playing and having a good time, and I know she is because I know what her smile looks like. But it was so nice to actually see her playing. And apparently it's spring break here for the kids, so one of the employees brought her 2 young daughters into work, and they were in the playground with the employee, playing with all the pups, and everybody was having a blast. And I was like, that's smart. We're going to wear out the pups, we're going to wear out the kids, and everybody is sleeping tonight. So I do have plans. I have ingredients in the kitchen, and I am going to make her a little birthday cake tonight. I will try to remember and post that on Instagram if anybody wants to see it. So yeah, that is it for my notes today. 28 minutes. This was a longer episode than I thought it was going to be. Of course, some of that will get edited out, but y'all don't need to see when I mess up every time. Alright, it's been fun. I always enjoy sitting down and talking with y'all every week. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, chat with me, let me know what you're working on. And until next week, I will see y'all then. Have a good week.